Hi, what I'm going to talk to you today about is one of Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I use Stephen Covey's seminal work on personal effectiveness on a regular basis. There's a few of those habits that I have really embodied. One of them that I want to talk about today is called sharpen the saw. That's what Stephen Covey calls it, not very intuitive. But really what I'm talking about here is continuous learning or continuous development of your skills, sharpening the saw. I think in corporate America this is one of the key components to a successful career. Over the years, the people that I have managed in the pharmaceutical industry and some consultancies over the years have challenged the fact that after having earned their degree or their professional certification, do they really need to embark on this rigorous, continuous learning path that I make a condition of employment in my teams? And there's a rationale that I use for trying to explain to folks why they should take this as a prerequisite for employment and for success in corporations in the USA. I think it's applicable globally, but certainly here in the USA. And the rationale that I use is a kind of hypothetical construct around the 9-box grid. And if you bear with me, I'll try and demonstrate that on the whiteboard behind me. Okay. So here we have 2 axes on a graph, and the vertical axis is talking about the potential of employees, and the horizontal axis is talking about the performance of employees. The 9-box grid that I was referring to is a construct within those 2 axes that allows managers to compare and calibrate the performance of employees, even though they're in very disparate functions. So you come up with a 9-box grid within those axes, and the vast majority of employees in a typical organisation are mid-potential, mid-performance, and if you were doing a normal distribution curve, the vast majority of employees within that normal distribution would land in that middle box, mid-performance, mid-potential. A few lucky individuals, very few, would land up in this top right-hand box, and that would be high potential, high performance. You may even have heard people talk about hypos. And those are those folks in this box. In one organisation, we actually coloured this golden, and it was the golden box, and the golden folks that were in there. In that particular organisation, the managers of those folks actually had a challenge that they had to be promoted either within your own organisation or outside your organisation, promoted within the next 12 months. So that's the golden box, and that's high potential, high performance. Down here in the lower left, as you can imagine, is low potential, low performance, and that's not a desirable place to be in. And again, in a different group, we were actually tasked with manage the folks up that were in that box or manage them out of the organisation. So not a very happy place to be in that bottom left. The construct that I tried to explain to my employees was, imagine the corporation's requirements increasing, the rigour increasing, your skills having to be sharpened and developed over the years, because the standards depicted in this 9 box here gradually drift upwards and to the right. Okay, so there's a drifting of this box upwards and to the right, and if you stay static, you may start here, right, but you would drop down fairly quickly down to the median box, which, as I explained, the vast majority of employees would be in there. Of course, if you remain static, then over a period of time you may even drop down into this lower left box and be characterised as low potential, low performance, and no one wants to be there, believe me. So the rationale is this box drifts upwards and to the right, and to maintain your position on that box, you have to, just to maintain the position that you're in right now, you have to sharpen your skills, you have to continuously develop and continuously improve. And of course, if you want to move from the median box up into the golden box, then you have to increase your skills at a higher rate than the organisation's requirements. And that's the rationale that I used for encouraging continuous development, continuous learning. Thank you.